right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be kicking it live here any second. The words for John's little intro story are pudding and the game Jacks. Pudding and Jacks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the show you never knew you were waiting for. Brought to you live at one time from a basement located somewhere in the Midwest. Digital Barnyard presents The Digression.
What with my dog, you know, I mean, yeah, okay, I'm dog sitting, okay. But, so we had made these peanut butter, I don't even remember what you call them, but it was like peanut butter. And remember, did you ever have like chow mein when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You know, out of the can? And you always had those noodles, those...
The hard noodles?
Hard noodles, yeah, they were like, what? They were like dough noodles, right? Or cookie, or hard breadstick noodle thingies. Anyway, so, you know, I'm watching this one guy's dog, right? Now, it was the 80s, so you can do the math. I was probably cross-eyed and painless somehow. But anyway, all of a sudden, this dog, I don't know what the fuck he was eating, but he starts throwing up. He's throwing up, and he's throwing up, and he's fucking throwing up. And it just looks like it's this dark brown shit, you know? I mean, it wasn't really shit, but it was dark brown, like it was shit. And it had all, and we couldn't find the fucking chow mein noodles. We looked everywhere. I mean, literally, it looked like fucking just a mixture of, you know, remember Jacks when you were a kid? You played that game Jacks? Mm-hmm. And pudding, just in this big glob.
Nice.
But it wasn't Jackson pudding.
Okay.
Jackson pudding. That sounds like a brand. Jackson pudding.
It does.
Like a family brand. Jackson.
Probably by Pietrish.
Jackson. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Jackson Farms are owned by Pietrish.
Jackson Farms. Yeah.
Jackson Farms.
Nice.
How did I do? Did I do okay?
It was good. It was good. I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10. And
7?
Here's why. I mean, anything I give you in the 2 to 3 words before the podcast, you could just throw into a pile of puke. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like a pile of puke is kind of like the chance in the game of Yahtzee.
I shouldn't get a demerit for a first-time use. A second-time use.
All right. Yeah, you're right. So you used it now. You can't. It can't be a pile of puke anymore with stuff in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that makes sense. Unless the puke is used in a way that actually affects and furthers the story. It makes you want to hear more.
Yes, if like you put puke in there and it has nothing to do with the 2 words, that would be impressive. Yes. That would be impressive.
See?
Maybe one of the words next week will be puke.
I call first use.
Okay.
So, God, you know, we got to come up with the kind of arguments that just stop an argument in its tracks. It's just, you just got to say just something obscure that just has nothing to do with anything in the argument, because it'll almost always quell the angst instantly. It'll bring confusion, which can generate more angst, and sometimes more angst than you had in the first place. But just to, you know, barbecue.
There's words right now we could use to stifle any conversation.
Oh, of course.
I could think of a few.
And well, hello. Yes, I could. Whoa, we had somebody like our post. I'm moving that because it's fucking distracting, like those fucking TVs in the bars I was complaining about. I want to go to a bar that doesn't have TVs.
I don't mind the TVs in the bar.
I don't mind the TV in most bars, but sometimes I want to go to a place where I can drink and maybe talk without 37 screens showing sports. Almost always just fucking sports. Mm-hmm. Show me car crashes.
If it was all rugby, would that be okay?
Rugby and explosions would be okay. Like Michael Baygasms.
Like if a rugby movie was a Michael Bay movie, that'd be like the top movie for you.
Can the title be called Baygasm?
Probably not.
But you'd say Baygasm, and it would just like the logo would just explode right out of like a bunch of fire.
How does that guy keep getting movies? How does he?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of funny. I thought. I look a little dark. We look a little dark. We're the Darkness Twins.
I think we'll be okay.
Did you ever see the movie The Skeleton Twins?
No.
It's a very good movie with a couple actors in it.
Just 2?
I can't remember her name. I always confuse her with. I think she was in Bridesmaids. Yeah, she was like the maid of honor in Bridesmaids, but I forget her name.
What era did this come out in?
Oh, I don't know, 6, 7, 10 years ago, something like that.
So early aughts. Okay.
Yeah, what's her name was in it? McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy was in it. She played one of the bridesmaids as well.
Was it called Bridesmaids?
It was called Bridesmaids. That was the movie they were in, but I don't remember the lead chick's name. And she was in Skeleton Twins with another guy who looks like Dwight from The Office, but he's not Dwight from The Office. He's a guy who looks like Dwight from The Office who was on Saturday Night Live.
And you know, one of my favorite things we do on this podcast, and it's mainly you, is you bring up, have you seen this movie? And then you seem to know absolutely nothing about that movie.
No,
like
I know.
Oh, it's got actors and actresses in it. And then, like, stuff happened.
No, yeah.
And then, and then it's got the one guy who's like Dwight Schrute, but he's not Dwight Schrute. And then that was, it was a good movie. Go see it.
Yeah, it's really good. I know, but you know what? There's somebody out there who's listening to this and thinking, oh, man, Skeleton Twins. I just put that on my fucking list.
It's been a minute since you've seen the Skeleton Twins. I take it because it's not fresh in the mind.
It's been a while, but no, it's just the actress. I don't remember. I don't know the two actors' names. I should, because they're very good actors and they're very funny and plus they can play dramatics very well. As you know, what's her name? Amy Schumer has a movie out right now. I Feel Pretty. I do believe the name. See, knew the title and the actress.
Wow,
I Feel Pretty.
Amy Schumer.
But it's kind of a toe dip into drama. It's comedy. It's like a dramedy.
Yeah, do you think she's dodging the bullet of all the stolen joke stuff that she's kind of going through?
Is she still touring?
Well, she's still killing it, I think.
Oh, well, you know what? If you're going to be a comedian, don't fucking fool yourself into thinking that you can steal somebody else's jokes and get away with that for a career.
You know, the crazy part was for her show, I think it was mostly her show that she was getting the shitty press about. I was adjusting volume live on the air. Okay,
live.
there we go.
No, we weren't that. You were dreaming. You're dreaming.
No, we're adjusting volume live on the air. It was mainly her show that she was writing for, or she had writers for, and they were a part of the joke stealing somehow. I mean, a lot of it was just a premise of something. There was a College Humor bit that they jacked almost verbatim right off the internet and put on her show, and she tried to plug it like it was one of her own. So
we watched a College Humor, or was it Funny or Die? I think it was College Humor. Of it's like which the Facebook quizzes that they have. Which friends are you? Which friend's character are you? And so the name of this bit was Which Friend's Character Are You? And basically it's a bit in a world where when everybody reaches a certain age, they are assigned, whether they're Ross or Monica or Phoebe or Joey. Boom. And when you go to this, when they show this room with all the people who are voting or, the different teams, they all dressed each team dresses exactly alike, like they're Phoebe or like you'll have dudes with full beards with long blonde hair, like Phoebe. Because that's what they were assigned. It was bizarre. We didn't finish it.
I've never seen a full episode of Friends before.
You're not missing much. And I know there's a lot of people out there who fucking throw me up on a pole with that, like in Far Cry, like this.
I was thinking more like Vlad.
The Impaler?
The Impaler.
That's gonna hurt. You're going to need some Bactinazis. Probably not.
It'd be kind of a funny bit. Vlad the Impaler, is trying to do his job or whatever, and runs into we'll go with a happy gentleman or lady who's really enjoying themselves as the Impales.
What would he do? How would he figure that out?
And it's ruining it because as they, they're they're just giggling and having a good time, and it could be like it's like taking the bit from Seth MacFarlane where he's shorting the sheep. Yeah.
Oh, that's all you got? You're a tease. Come on, Tiny Hands, do something.
I mean, at least you made it cold, but could you? Come
on, man, work with me.
Put something on there. It's a little spicy, at least. Right?
How about Impaler Barbecue by Vlad? And it's just it's just with a pig on a spit. But he does it slowly.
Well, Vlad, it's not supposed to be vertical. It's supposed to be horizontal.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, Vlad, it's you don't get it. Just go impale people. Do what you do best.
He's kind of an angry guy. I mean, even for the time, I think. But, I don't hold him accountable for any of that shit he did. Some people will like judge history from afar, you know, because that's just kind of how things were way back in the day, right? I mean, the Edwards were doing crazy ass shit on the other side of the pond, you know. So it's like,
well, I'm still going to hold him accountable for putting a bunch of people on fucking
if he was doing
shish kebabs.
If he was doing
stuff.
that now, yeah, we'd say okay, we can judge him by our rules, but if we're going to judge him, we have to judge him by the rules of the time. That's not fair. It'd be like fucking aliens coming from 1,000 years from now, coming back and saying, okay, you guys still eat watermelon and noodles. You have to be punished.
Yeah, we found out that they're alive and in the quantum realm.
They have
and
dreams.
They're actually the ones who made all of this. So it's you don't eat them, motherfuckers.
But they're so good.
Yeah.
I like a good peach.
You know, it was so good.
I give
The
up.
fucking White House Correspondents' Dinner. Michelle Wolf.
She was on fire.
Fucking awesome. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. The thing I did have, I laughed my ass off with it, right? But if I had to, I'm an 8 out of 10 on that. And the reason I'm 8 out of 10 is I miss the decorum we used to have in Washington. I miss the decorum of the office, and I miss the decorum of the way people presented themselves or acted. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, you look at the bullshit with the current administration. You know, it's just insane. There's no decorum whatsoever anymore. It used to be that the press would protect the president. They wouldn't let anything derogatory or inflammatory come out about the president. You know, I mean, it was like, and I don't know. I know I'm an idealist. I was talking about this earlier. I realize I have issues, but with Michelle Wolf, I thought there was a couple times she went a little far for that type of event. Her stand-up, like an HBO special or something, yeah. I mean, just take the lid off the pan and fucking throw it as far away as you can. But I think in a place, in a thing like that, I think there's a particular, to overuse the word, decorum to be maintained. And I think the biting could have been there, but I think she could have lifted some of the crass out of it. And
I think the crass was needed. I
it was definitely a
politely
wake-up call.
disagree, and here's why. Those people needed to hear that. They needed to be shown, getting made fun of, getting belittled, and everything. And I wanted to see their fucking reaction. So this is how you react to things that are supposed to be funny. Yes, there's a backhanded meaning here, but just laugh.
Oh no!
Show that you're a fucking human being. They're
I
all
get
a bunch
that.
of sycophant fucking machines up there. And they were just taking jokes and I just couldn't give me a fucking break. You're a human too.
Well, especially
this bitch is out there fucking slaying it. And she was slaying it.
No, I laughed my ass off, but I was fucking shocked. That I mean, it actually, like I said, I'd never seen that, and maybe that's why I'm caught up in the decorum thing. I still feel that way about The Office, but you know, just I don't know. I think she could have done the same thing, been just as visceral without being so crass. There's just it's just a thing, but I understand where you're coming from.
I think the crass was needed.
Object lesson?
Yep, I really do. I think it showed the incompetence of the people in all facets of that room, because the people who hired her, they didn't watch a fucking lick of her comedy.
No,
That's what
didn't.
she's like.
I know.
And guess what? When she got up there, she was exactly the same person.
You know what?
She didn't pull any punches 1 second. And she laid it all down, and they blamed her instead of the people who ran the whole fucking show. Are you fucking out of your goddamn mind? You didn't watch any of her shit.
One thing I'll say about the people who apologized for the show lady who runs the whole show, I forget her name, but the one in charge of the dinner, she came on and she said, you know, while this might not represent our views or what we feel, I'm not going to apologize. So that I thought was cool, that they're like, look, you have a point. Maybe there's some things that could have been done differently, but we're not apologizing for it because we don't. And the way I believe the reason they wouldn't apologize for it was because if she were to apologize, it would go against the reason or what that evening represents as far as the First Amendment.
Yeah, I would agree, but she's also saving face.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Even if she meant it, even if she's genuine, she's fucking saving face. Like, I didn't know she was going to do that. We did research and we talked to her about the theme of the night was unity. And what the fuck, man? Give me a break. I'm sorry, but you want decorum? I'm sorry, but this administration especially fucked that all up. There is no decorum anywhere.
Wholeheartedly agree.
I'll tell you what, it's not going to start with a fucking crass comedian. All right, so if they want decorum, look inward and fucking fix this shit.
This is just me. Oh, no, those are just people with sore pussies.
But I've heard the same fucking thing out of other people. What happened to the class in the White House? I'm like, you fucking tell me what happened to the class in the White House.
She had a good fucking point at the end of her bit, though, where she's like, you guys remember you created this monster. You're profiting off him. You're making money off of this. This is on you. And I thought that was fucking cool.
She made fun of everyone equally too. She went after the media. And like, here's the deal: you want to bitch about Trump all you want, but he's making you tons of money. You can make shit up about him, and he makes you tons of money. You get into open dialogue with him. Like, she attacked everyone, and the shit that people really attacked her about was her personal attacks on
Huckleberry.
Huckle, whatever the fuck a dumb bitch's name is, her looks. And if you listen to the goddamn joke...
She's talking about her makeup.
She's talking about how she loves the smokiness in her makeup, but how she burns papers with lies on them.
Yeah, she burns the facts.
Yeah, the facts. There we go.
Yeah, it burns the facts and uses the ashes as...
It was a fucking great joke. That was a great joke. And
everyone said that they were making fun of her lazy eye or whatever the fuck it is.
No, it was about her makeup. And she was making fun.
Oh, you see,
I took fun of everyone.
I took it as she was, as they were saying that she was making fun of her lazy eye. That's how I interpreted what they were saying. But either way, I mean, everyone was upset because they thought we were poking poor Sarah.
And so these are also the same goddamn people who we have a president who goes on Twitter and is verbally raping everybody constantly. Mm-hmm. Even other countries, and they don't have a fucking thing to say about that, do they?
No.
I'm sorry, but I have no sympathy for a room full of rich, white sycophants. Go fuck yourselves. I'm glad she got brought in there. She dropped bombs. She ended her fucking speech with, Flint still doesn't have clean water. Walked back down, sat down, and looked proud as fuck. And I'm so glad. Like, honestly, if I would hug the shit out of her if I met her. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. That was a regular person. Fuck you to all of those pieces of shit.
If you tried to hug her, she'd come at you like a honey badger.
I would agree. I fucking love her, man. She's so fucking awesome. She went in there and told them what they needed to hear.
No,
none of them listened.
Like I said, I love the humor.
Yeah.
I liked all of that. It's a decorum thing. And you know what? I'm not even gonna let me rephrase my position. How about this? It's not that what she did, it was just another thing in the decorum basket that is gone. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it just used to be a place that you'd revered. I mean, there'd be a time when somebody would win something, an award or something like that, and you get invited to the White House, and you want to go. You want to meet the president. And look at how many people have been turning this shit down. No, it's cool, man. It's cool. I'm just going to fucking...
Oh, was she not their first choice?
No. I'm talking about just people who...
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, no, I don't know. I'm assuming she was.
Yeah, gotcha.
Don't get me wrong. I loved her fucking punchy humor.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, she put a hurt. Mr. Trump, you're not rich. It's like, fuck.
I love how she just kept bringing up quotes from him of like, he's the only pussy that you can't touch.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. Like, we're... Goddamn, you're all fired up. What did I miss? Oh, we're talking about Michelle Wolf, the comedian they brought in for the White House dinner or whatever the fuck it is. And
if you haven't seen her, show, or that her 20-minute bit at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Google it or fucking YouTube it and watch the uncensored version.
She dropped fucking haymaker bombs on everybody in the room.
Yeah,
and there were people laughing. And here's another part. Here's another part of that whole fucking thing that I can't fucking stand. You can hide it behind decorum and all this other shit. Everybody, all you want. The problem here is, you look at the people in the crowd as a lot of them are covering their mouths because they were afraid to laugh at those jokes. What the fuck does that tell you? You're afraid to laugh at a comedian's jokes about all these fucking people in the room. You're fucking afraid to laugh. That tells me that White House is a bunch of fucking baloney.
Oh,
They're
well,
afraid for your job because you're laughing at a few jokes, cheap or whatever, of people around you,
dude,
and they have that thin
have
of skin.
The reincarnation of Stalin in office
No
right now.
shit.
You don't want to displease him. So I got to do something.
Go for it, yeah. And the other thing is, she was making fun of Chris Christie, that fat swine, and as she's doing that, they show him in the crowd just shoving fucking ice cream down his fucking gullet. It's just great, like the picture of American gluttony right there.
Hey, there you go. That's better. Am I prettier?
People, yeah, I think you're.
I feel really pretty now.
You feel pretty? Nice.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that happened. I'm so glad it got a bunch of press, and I wish it would never go away.
Well, I don't wish it
would never go away.
I don't wish that it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But no, I miss, and even let's just take the correspondence dinner thing out of this. I miss what it felt like when I was a kid. And it's just like that goddamn sunscreen song where they say that, you'll wax nostalgic thinking that politicians were honest and prices were low,
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because it does happen. I'm just going to warn you about that right now.
Oh, that's already happened. Yeah.
But it's just the Camelot of what was like the Kennedys. And granted, yes, of course, obviously we don't know everything that was going on, with that. But still, it was just a feeling. You felt like you were okay. Yeah, Cuba had nukes and we're going to lob them at each other. But it still felt, hey, we're going to be okay. We got this. And nowadays, it's not. I see pregnant women, and I see kids, and I'm like, oh, man. I feel bad for your generation, because it's going to be really interesting for the next few generations. Oh wow, I'm going to wax sad on that one, but we could talk all day about that. I just missed that Camelot style decorum, and that's all. And now I'm going to be happy again.
Yeah, but hidden behind that was,
I know,
the same bullshit.
Humanity,
you know what I mean?
the human condition. I get it.
It's like you want them to wear a mask and make it look cool or something. That's why I keep attacking that, because that's all that is.
Well, no, I get that. No, I hear you. But the thing about that kind of administration, to where I'm not saying just secrets. I'm just saying just maintain a particular decorum because the people will feel better. It's like I'm always talking about seeing the boss. Employees need to see the boss. They need to know he's around. And I think, I don't know. I just think it could be a little different.
I totally agree. It would be nice if it were different.
Because we'd feel better.
Shit, yeah,
people
we'd
would
feel
just
better,
feel better. Even though it's masks, even though it's a facade to a degree, as long as it's an honest facade. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's like when you just be positive with people. Like, hey, we can work this out. We don't have to beat each other up. That kind of versus, oh man, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. Y'all see Kanye? Sorry.
We're going to move on because you mentioned the name we weren't going to mention.
No.
Can we talk Korea? Yeah, Trump is easy to make fun of, but how hard is it to talk about him being nominated for a peace prize?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
That's something there.
Well, you know what? I can almost guarantee that if the Korean thing goes through, I think there will be a Nobel Peace Prize. I would not be surprised.
For him? Mm-hmm. He didn't do anything.
I just wouldn't be surprised, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he deserves it.
Jesus Christ, I deserve it as much as he does.
You do, and I'm going to vote for you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So does fucking Mickey Mouse and fucking Charles Manson's dead corpse.
No, you got to be alive. You have to be alive, and you have to exist.
Oh, shit. That's right.
It's a thing. Rules.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, he claims he does. Yeah, he's an easy target, all right. And he also doesn't like the Special Olympics. Apparently, they're a little overrated.
Oh my God
in his
heaven!
eyes.
I can't believe he said that. I mean, we all think things. We all might say things with our friends, right? But you don't go on, in a national forum and say that, what was it? I watched the Paralympics. I liked it. It was hard to watch, but I got through it. Something along those lines, I believe. I don't think I'm taking them too far out of context.
Commenting on them other than saying, I'm glad they're around. These people are, heroes and whatever. Just say nice fucking things about...
These are the real heroes.
Yeah, say nice fucking things about them because they were dealt a shitty hand in life. But you know what? He doesn't understand what that means because he's always had the fucking silver spoon up his ass and in his mouth, and he has no fucking filter.
Are we talking ass to mouth?
With him, you never know.
Like the spoon?
Don't ask me. Ask fucking Stormy Daniels.
It's just an idea.
Oh.
It could happen.
Yeah, I don't even give a shit. I don't even dislike Trump because of his political shit. I dislike him because he's a fucking terrible person. And you could tell.
He's a liar.
Fuck yeah, he's a liar. He's an open liar about it, and then he never claims that he's ever wrong. You can't trust people who are never fucking wrong.
Well, according to his doctor, who told us about the note that Trump wrote,
which is bullshit, by the way.
What is?
I'm going to defend Trump on that. That fucking doctor should not be talking to other people about his fucking patients, man. That's bullshit.
Well, as far as prescriptions, I agree with you.
Yeah, that I think by law he can't do that.
I haven't seen anyone come out and say that there were violations of law. So I don't know. I don't know. I thought HIPAA was, just airtight. Nothing about a patient. I don't care how innocuous it is. But I haven't. You'd think that if that was the case, we'd hear someone would talk about pressing charges or right.
Well, so with them going into the guy's office. And they were ransacking the place, and you were saying something. They
were 3 Trump loyalists who came and did this. So I don't really understand this. I really can't even talk much to it because I think we need to hear the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say.
Yeah, because it just doesn't either way. Either one side or both sides broke the fucking law here, and you know what I mean. Nobody's wrong.
Either
right?
way, I mean, it wasn't ethical for him to talk about the drugs that he gives a patient. But it is funny that he was talking about Propecia.
And did we need his doctor to tell us he was losing his hair? You know what I mean? Like, is that a revelation?
He's not losing it on that one side, though. Or are those weeds? Does he got implants?
I don't know.
I think implants would hurt.
I'm wondering if, maybe he's the reverse of Samson from the Bible, where we need to shave his goddamn head so he actually starts speaking like a human being to other people. Maybe maybe the more hair he has on his head, the worse off he is.
There's a picture that makes the rounds on Imgur every once in a while of a bald-headed Trump. Well, scruffy bald-headed, just little baby fuzz. It's kind of funny.
I just wish, just do it. Just fucking do it. Honestly, as much as I bash the fucking guy, I would love for him to just somebody spike his water with LSD or something. Give him a moment where he's not himself, where he feels connected to the world in a way that doesn't involve money or something.
Give him some ecstasy.
Yeah, something. So something that makes him feel connected. Ecstasy. Yeah, whatever. I mean, old John from the 80s would have a good fucking little cocktail for him. And have him come back.
He only says that because it's true.
Have him come back safe and see how it changes him. You know what I mean? I would love for the guy to turn around. Wouldn't it be insane if he came out like, all right, here's the deal. I had a change of heart. I know I've been kind of a fucking asshole, a dickhead. Just go down the line. Here's the deal. I'm done with that. I apologize to everybody. Here's what we're going to do. And he starts treating people like humans. That would be the greatest fucking day. That'd be the greatest fucking day because everybody would love him. I would jump on the train and give the guy a million chances because finally, we see some honesty from him.
Yeah, because, we're forgiving. People are inherently forgiving, So, yeah, I think we go with the ecstasy thing.
And the crazy part is, for most people, it's a major loss in their life. But if his wife and kids died, I don't think he would change at all. I don't think that would affect him like it would a normal person.
Is that what I wrote Groundhog's Day down about? To make Trump go through one day over and over and over, like Groundhog's Day for Trump?
I don't know. We wrote down topics from last week,
but
you had me write down Groundhog's Day, and we get back here today, and we're like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I think we have to be a little more verbose moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I just wish people would treat each other a little better. And I guess it begs the question, what is real? From Westworld.
Yeah.
No, that's a topic. We were watching Westworld this past weekend, and there was this question there from
Dolores.
Arnold. Yeah, go ahead.
Dolores asked, I believe Arnold in the show, he's like the doctor scientist dude. That's all I'm going to say if you haven't seen it, so I'm not going to spoil it. But he said, we have to be, she asked if this was real. I think that was it. And he said, yeah, this is real. And she said, Arnold, what is real? And there was just like a little pause, you know, and he said, that which is irreplaceable. And I think that's the first time that I ever saw a tangible answer to that. I mean, you know,
That's good. It was a good piece of writing.
Yeah, it was a very good piece of writing. And it was moving, too. You know, I mean, you just think about that, and it kind of helps you to, I don't know, helps me to center my ethics scale, or, you know, just keep that, because you think about it a little more. It's like, okay, that which is irreplaceable, which is much more than you'd think before, right? Well, this is real. This is real.
Well, I think it's because it's akin to importance. You know what I mean? Like, just because something's real doesn't mean I necessarily care about it. But when you tie that it's irreplaceable, then all of a sudden importance gets tied into there as well. And so now you start to see that everything real is kind of important.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you see like people are important. You know, that's real. People are real because that's irreplaceable. I mean, you know, you lose somebody and you never get to see them again. You know, it's like, that's real. So I thought that was cool. Another line I heard this week is between you and Scott Tronson turned me on to Jordan Peterson, and he had a line that about, you know, everyone shakes their fists at God. You know, why God? Why God? Oh, and the atheists or agnostics are shaking their fists at the structure of being. Mm-hmm. I thought that was so cool because I'm like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I'll go with that. So I just had that little tidbit.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson has some takes on religion about how important they were, how important it was. Like, you got to understand, like, he looks at them as, oh yeah, they were man-made for the most part, right? And that's what he believes in. But he understands through human psyche, like, why we came to that sort of deal, like why humanity needed that around. And he was a big advocate with the religious people, where it's a lot of our morality and ethics did come from religion.
Oh,
and to say that, we didn't need that to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
He said, you didn't, but it would have taken you a lot longer to reach that point without those. And he broke it down. There's a good speech on it, which you can find online.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Eventually. Man, he breaks it down very exact. Like, he planned it all out. Like, here's the deal. Like, this, just to reach this point where you're all of a sudden you see yourself as equal to another person, like the golden rule. Mm-hmm. That is a fucking difficult thing for an evolving brain to get to. So he said religion accelerated that.
No, that makes sense.
Quite a bit.
And with that, have you heard him when he quotes scripture?
No.
Yeah, because we were watching one where he was talking about he was comparing Cain to, I forget what it was, but man, he'll quote, he knows his fucking Bible, because he'll say, well, you know, Genesis 2:6 says da 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 da, and he'll just start breaking that shit out. And it's just crazy to hear him. You would think that he was a religious theologian type guy.
I think deep down he is. I really do. I don't think he wants to admit it, because it would definitely undermine where he's coming from. Because the second you associate yourself with that, all of a sudden people think your mind is now... They take a snapshot. Yeah, it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Theological?
Suspect.
Oh, okay.
It's under the influence of an outside thing that now clouds
So now your message
vision.
is suspect, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people do that by, you know, like I said, they do a lot of the it's snapshotting, and we've seen it, you know, in lots of different places in our lives. You know, we've seen it at our work. You know, where people, so that's what you do. That's what you always do now. It's like, no, I did that once. Somebody do that once, but that doesn't define my person or my being. But humans, it's that, and that's just part of the human condition. And I think we do that because we need. I don't know why we do that.
I think it's easier to categorize people when you label them. You know what I mean? I think that's where it all
Put them
comes
in a
from.
box? Yeah,
because that way, that's what they are. And you label
There you
them
go.
with 5 things, you know what I mean? Like, which isn't fair to anybody.
Right.
Because you don't want that done to you, right? Unless
No, of
they're all
course not.
positive things, which they never are. The 5 labels you give everybody in your life, not all 5 are just great, happy-go-lucky things. There's
Yeah.
always negatives in there.
Eh,
So.
Dick. What else we get on the list up there?
Baby Elfie Evans.
Oh. There in England, there was this little baby. He had a brain condition. I think it was cancerous or something like that, or there was something fucked up in his head. And he was on life support, and he was pretty fucked up. And the parents, like I said, they had him on life support. Well, there was nothing they could do, and so Italy said, "Hey, bring him here. We have some techniques. Let's try this." And Britain said no, they wouldn't allow it, and so then the kid died. Right, and it kind of pissed me off when I saw that, because I don't think the state should be able to mandate stuff like that. I don't think the state should be able to say what you can or can't do to save someone's life unless what you're doing is actually going to do more damage. You know what I'm saying? So that really bothered me because it reminded me of the Terry Schiavo case. If you guys don't remember that, the husband came home one day and she was just on the floor in the kitchen or something like that, and she'd had this bizarre stroke that left her in a vegetative state, and she was like that for about 15 years. Well, the husband eventually wanted to get married, but he couldn't because he was still married to her. And I think there's something with life insurance as well. And the family, her family, was fighting to keep her alive, but the husband said no. He was the architect behind the end of life thing. And the family's like, look, man, she responds to stimuli, da 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 da. And the court said no, and they ended up pulling the plug. And I think it would just be fucking horrible to be in that vegetative state, right? And I think if I had somebody who was in a vegetative state that I was considering taking off life support, and the family said, hey, she responds to the stimuli, I would send doctors in. A whole bunch of doctors. I'd have them run just a shitload of tests. Let's see if this is the case. Because how fucky would it be to be trapped in your own fucking body, right? And you are still you. You're still there. You're still alert and cognizant, but you can't move. You can't do a goddamn thing. You still feel everything, but you can't fucking move. And I think that'd be fucking horrible to see
that would be awful.
Your spouse coming in every day, getting further and further away from you, and just, and you just want, especially in a marriage, that's your spouse, man. Come on, man, fucking hold me, comfort me, just touch me, let me know. But to be in that state for like 15 years and to hear everyone fighting over you, and then one day you're like, hey, I'm right here. It's like that movie, The Diving Bell, Butterfly and the Diving Bell, about the guy who, a true story about a guy in the 60s or 70s had a stroke and then ended up, it took them like 15, 20 years to figure out that, hey, this guy is in there and he's alive. And he's been alive and awake for the last 20 years, trapped in that fucking meat sack. It's like, I don't think the government has a right to do that. I think, in fact,
we don't know for sure she was in that state, though, right?
We don't know,
yeah,
but that's
she could have been just vegetable.
it.
Okay, yeah,
we don't know that.
Yeah,
and now the doctors will say we did know that.
The other key thing is that the big difference between this baby Alfie thing and Terry, is that her?
Terry Schiavo.
Terry Schiavo. Did she sign the forms and everything to him, saying basically if I'm ever on life support, he decides if I'm resuscitated or not?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll find that out real quick.
Yeah, I'm just curious because if that's the case, then...
If that's the case, that's different.
Sorry, but all this other stuff...
No,
yeah,
that's
exactly,
different.
yeah.
If that's the case, I'll give you that.
But the baby Alfie thing, come on. Why is it your government's decision what you do with your child? And why isn't the humanity aspect of let's keep this child alive, not the top priority. That's the fucked up part to me. Like, why that should be if you're a human being looking at another human being as a human being with any sort of respect, that should be the number one concern.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, well, we don't want their doctors to figure it out if ours can't. What the fuck you? That's no.
I know, but I just, yeah, it's stupid. And like I said, I don't think the state has any fucking place telling a family that they can't do everything in their power to save their children. I don't know. I think it's bullshit.
I would agree.
I'm looking at the story now.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah. Husband wanted to take her out. He was opposed by her parents, Robert and Mary, blah, blah, blah. The court determined that Chavo would not have wished to continue life-prolonging measures. I just don't know. She had a heart attack. She had a cardiac arrest in her home. But she had massive brain damage and was left seemingly comatose. So, no, she didn't. It does not sound like she had a
any sort of contingency
will
plan
thing, or whatever they call it. So,
yeah.
No, and they should have provisions in the laws. It's like if people need to get out to do their thing, there should be a provision in the law that if somebody's in a vegetative state for da-da-da-da-da, you can annul the marriage. There. You don't have to. I mean, but this is for like the fucking losers, like your piece of shit husband, ex-husband, who just wanted to get married to somebody else. It's like, that was another thing kind of bugged me too.
How long was she in the state?
I think 10, 15 years, something like that. I know, man, but it's
I don't know.
Imagine yourself in that situation. Imagine yourself in the vegetative state, but you're there and and now he wants to divorce you and you're just like, fucking wait, enough hasn't gone wrong for me. Now you're just going to fucking leave? It's like, you dick. You said you'd stay. You said
if I were in that state and I knew I couldn't, there's nothing I could do to break out of it, I would want them to fucking kill me and I'd want her to move on. That's what I would want. But here's the deal. Like, there's no way for me to communicate that.
Yeah, you weren't
with them.
given that choice,
And I have no control over anything. I mean, there's just, it's... Honestly, I think if I ever get married, that would be something I'll sign away on. Just like, here's the deal. If I'm ever in a vegetated state, DNR. Just let me go. I don't want to be a vegetable my entire life and have everything done for me, and that's nope. I'm good.
I hear you. I'm not so much talking about that. I understand I'd probably want to die too at that point, but just imagine 5, 10, 15 years. You got everybody around you who you A, don't know, B, you probably don't want to be around. It's just like you're doing everything you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, yeah, that's the definition of a situation of that caliber. But I don't know. I just think it'd be fucking horrible to be I'd rather be a rock, taking us back to a conversation a few shows ago. So.
Yeah, it's tough for me to blame the guy, to be honest with you. It really is. She's been in a coma for 10 years. I mean, I think it's time to move on. I think it's time to fucking move on. I mean,
you know what? What I'm saying is, you want to move on. Okay, you can move on.
Yeah.
But don't. I mean, you're still kind of a piece of shit. It's like, and I only say that because I know what I would do. And I'd be there. Well,
why couldn't he move on and get married with her alive? Like, why?
Well, no, that's what I said. I'd put a provision thing in there. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was life insurance.
Yeah, see, then he is a piece of shit. I mean, if the whole reason he was doing it is to get the life insurance and move on, then he's a piece of shit. But if he's trying to move on and they're like, well, no, you can't. She's still alive. And I'd be kind of like, well, what the fuck? Like,
I'm verifying. I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's a big difference there. Like, why does he want her dead? That's the weird part.
This happened in 15 years is how long it took. I don't see anything on. I'm looking at Wikipedia too, just because Well, just 'cause that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Nope. There's not a lot of detail.
Okay. I mean, if it was just for the life insurance payout, then
there was no living will, by the way.
Okay.
There was no.
Yeah. That'd be a cold-blooded fucking thing to do. Just be like, well, peace out, bitch. Yeah, really? Okay.
So they didn't. No, we'll come back to this maybe next week or something like that. Just as far as the husband, because I do want to find out if. To answer your question.
Yeah, because I would imagine it's something to do with life insurance. Because I'm thinking through it. That. I'm thinking through it now, and it's why else would he want her dead? You know what I mean? Like he probably would have a completely different tone if he was saying, "Well, I'm trying to move on. I don't want her dead. I just want to move on. You know, if they want to keep her alive, please do. And you know, it's anything you need from me, I'll try to help. But I just want to move on with my life." That would be a completely different tone. He would have said that. It would have not been spun the way it is.
Yeah.
So he must have been an insurance thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fucking dumb.
You know, I think a lot of it comes down to the promise you make to somebody. It's like, I'll be there for you. I mean, that's how I am, though. I mean, I'm sick like that, you know, unless you fuck me over, you know. In that situation, but in a situation like that, or something like that happened to Brenda, and suddenly, boom! I came home and she'd had a heart attack and got her to the hospital. And regardless of what I want, I think in that'd be one of those, because you know me when it comes to principle, it's a principle thing. Because I told you I'd be here, and now here you are in a position to where you need me the absolute most in your life.
But so you weren't always like this, though.
No.
This is a revelation where you are now as the person you are now, right?
Probably the last 20 years, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And you've been with Brenda the last 20. Okay. No,
Brenda's
you know why I'm asking?
Brenda's
I'm
been good for
trying
me.
to be fucking fair, but
yeah.
When I hear you say that, I'm like, okay, present JP is not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Well, yeah, of course, present JP. I mean, I'm different than I was a second ago, you know? I mean,
I get it.
Yeah. But I think you got to stick with them in the situation like this, you know. I mean, it's one thing, you know, I've had my share of divorce, you know, it hasn't been fun, you know. But I think divorce is different than somebody, than the one you promised to take care of falling on your watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying, but when they fall on your watch or you fall on their watch, I just think you owe each other that. And I think that's what a relationship is in that scenario. Now, if, you know, I mean, there's all kinds of little different splinter scenarios you can play out with that. But yeah, present JP.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I feel. I mean, and of course there's human aspects to all of this. You're going to want to do this. You know, you're going to want to reach out. You're going to get, you know, as the one who has to go home every day. You know, you still have needs and what have you, and whatever has to be done. That as long as you're still there by their side.
It's crazy. The people I hear talk about the sanctity of marriage the most are the ones who have the most divorces. And I've thought about that a bunch, and I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, if there's anybody who should have the worst feelings of marriage, it should be these people who go through a bunch of divorces. But I find it's the opposite. That's a really weird dynamic in life. Like, a lot of people who have suffered through a lot of these divorces, whether it was their fault, their partner's fault, whatever, they hold that marriage thing is like the sanctimonious thing that they hold really high. Well, yeah,
because you realize
a
lot more, you know, because I think we've talked about this on the show before, but, you know, when you're with someone, you know, you got the infatuation, and then you're falling in love. While you're falling in love, you better be building, while that infatuation is still hot, be building that love up so that when that infatuation runs out, you actually have a new foundation. And then you get so far, and they always call it that 7-year itch, right? But you get past, if you can get past that 7-year itch, because that's right about where everything gets boring and the secretary looks nice. You know, but if you can get past that and over that hill, then you transcend love, you know, which I know that sounds gooey, but it's a thing. it is a real thing. And when you get there, and then you later, about 5-6 years later, you get to the awkward sex, which is very entertaining. And that will make sense to some of you one day, and you too. If we ever get you a girl.
Oh,
a boy,
honestly,
whatever.
I'm at the point. Yeah,
no.
I want a sheep.
No, what do they call it? The ZHE?
I don't think that's going to happen.
Or ZHIM?
I'm pretty shut.
G or Jim? I think that's what...
Are you going through like the pronouns?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't it G and Jim?
In the world I live in, it's called reality. Those don't fucking exist. So, sorry. Can't help you there.
We call you according to your plumbing at birth.
Yep. So if you're born with a dick, you're probably a guy.
Boy. If you're of a JJ, you're a girl. If you got both... you pick. You know what? You get to be whatever you want, man. In fact, you should come over and hang out when you get after you're 18.
It's such a weird, touchy subject that is not touchy to me at all. Like these people, and I'm going to say these people. What do you mean these people? I mean the people who are offended by using the right or wrong pronoun. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal: you come up to me and you ask me nicely, or insinuate nicely. I would love if you would. Please call me by my proper pronoun of whatever the fuck you want. Guess what? Chances are, out of respect for you, I'm going to call you that.
Yeah.
If you come up to me and you tell me you have to call me this, otherwise it's offensive.
Yeah.
Fuck you. That principal line is crossed. It will never happen.
No.
Yeah, never happen.
No, and you're pretty strict with your principles.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Those heels just root.
Yeah.
Roots. Nope. I'm with you. I just don't, the thing is, and I wrote about this in my book, but the thing about this whole sexuality thing is it's posh. It's the posh thing to do, to be to identify as this or that. I identify as fucking shrubbery. Okay.
Yeah.
From now on, I just want to be known as fern.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, not. I don't want to be known as fern. I'm just joking.
Identify with whatever you want to identify with. That's fine.
As long as I'm respectful in asking you.
Yeah.
Aaron, I want to be known as fern from now on. Okay. You mind?
And I'm going to fucking go through that because why wouldn't I? Whatever. Let's just do that. But here's the problem I have. Many problems with it, but this is numero uno. If you don't think there's a mental thing going on, not ailment, but something going on that's causing somebody to want to do this sort of thing, you're out of your fucking mind. I'm sorry.
You know who's really out of their mind, though?
Go ahead.
The fucking mother.
Yes.
Who's a 7-year-old kid was suddenly identifying as this or that. I have an issue with that because that kid is not even remotely old enough to be even thinking about subjects like that, let alone being confused about what's downstairs.
Yep, and let's go further than that. The people who had the first gender fluid baby, we're taking this a little too far right now. You can't decide what your baby physically has, whether it's male or female parts.
I heard about that. That's recent, right?
I think he's a male. I think the baby's a male, but they said gender fluid. We're going to let our baby decide.
Let the baby. And how old are these fucking parents? Just
they're fucking out of Australia. I don't know how old.
Because now, what are they? We had our millennials. And now what are these? Are these the...
I don't know. Have they given them a new name?
Gen Y?
I think they're still millennials right now. Anything after 84 or 84 and beyond.
We're into the new one.
Oh, really? We are? Oh.
Here, I will look that up. You haven't seen Avengers yet?
No.
Neither have I.
No.
Are you itchy to see it?
No, I identify as a DC comic fanboy. So I would prefer if you called me that. But what do I know? I'm insensitive. So, no, I plan on seeing it. A lot of it's been spoiled for me already. Thank you, fucking internet chats and shit on Twitch. They just spam spoilers for it. So now I know certain things have happened.
Was Jerry spoiling something today at work?
I gave him the look to shut the fuck up, but
he was. Because he was. Yeah, I think I picked up what he was talking about.
No, I mean, I didn't think he was going to ruin it for you anyway. It was an innocent thing. But what he was saying, there was, at least according to the shit I was seeing for spoilers, that was sort of true. Sort of true. They were.
Well, I didn't hear
George R.R. Martin.
No. Okay, millennials were Gen Y. Come on, what's next? Generational demographics. Wow, that's crazy.
Just Google search what's after millennials.
All right.
God damn it, dude.
I'm sorry. I had a bunch of homeopathics today.
And Nate, speaking of jumping on the train, how about the man we shall go unnamed? We're not going to talk about him because he wants us to talk about him. John slipped once and mentioned that pile of garbage, but it is what it is.
It was crazy. I didn't realize that the TMZ thing was such a meltdown.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be a calculated meltdown.
This is Gen Z.
Yeah.
Post millennials, the homeland generation, or plurals. They're plurals. Oh, you know what? I think that's a thing.
Plurals?
Yeah. You're not a fucking millennial. You're a fucking plural. Shut up. Just shut up, you fucking plural. Yeah, because it just sounds questionable. I like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to call people. Yeah.
You got to call them plurals.
When do you have to be born? Gen X was 61 to 81. So that'd be 81 to 2001. Is that right?
Millennials? I thought millennials were 84 to...
It's a 20-year, right? 20-year, isn't that how they do it?
To 2014, so 84 to 2014, something like that.
Something like that. So then, yeah, so plurals.
The fucking plurals are after 2014. Nice.
Gen Z or plurals. I wish I could have been a plural. I don't know, I mean, not like today's plurals.
Man,
plurals were good.
You'd be such a fucking different person if you were born today. Like, same with me. Like, that'd be crazy. Yeah.
Now, imagine
it'd be crazy.
Personality substrate.
Yeah.
But with today's bullshit laid over it, or overlaid, and that was our reality. Boy, we'd be assholes.
Oh, yeah.
We would be, dude, we'd be fat, veiny cocks. And not in a gay way. But we would just be dicks. It's just like, no, sorry, this is how I feel. And I'm right. And he feels different. He's opposite, and he's right. We're plurals. Sorry.
I can't imagine how soft the generations after us are going to be. And I'm not even talking about the whole snowflake thing. Just the participation. I saw this comic. We'll get back to this. I saw this comic. It was an old man talking to his grandson, and his grandson came up to him and said, "Look, Grandpa, here's my existence trophy." And existence trophy. He's like, yeah, I get a trophy for existing. And the grandpa looks at him and goes, back in my day, you had to participate to get a trophy. And I just kind of went, what the fuck? That's going to happen, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. It's just an interesting thing, just looking at just how, and you say soft, and I think, you look at the beta male factor nowadays. It's fucking frightening. They
want to stomp masculinity.
Yeah,
it's culture.
It's very emasculating to, a lot of the, and because I'm all for equality, and I mean just equality across the board. You want to be equal and you want to be able to do anything a man can do, or at least have the ability to do it. Go for it. Sure, fine, fuck it. I don't care. We're equals. Then you can't be bitching if someone doesn't hold the door open for you, or, what have you. You don't even got to wear makeup anymore. Girls don't have to wear makeup.
Yep.
Of course, they don't need to wear that in the first place, I think, but that's just my humble.
Well, that's kind of what I believe, too, but unfortunately, we're rare when it comes to that.
I did see a picture on Imgur where this guy had a picture of his pillow from his one-night stand, and it just looked like a big clown face stamped into it. So I don't know who he brought home. But man, I think she's a spackle blade to get that shit on there.
Yeah.
Sculpting. I'm sculpting. I feel pretty. Yeah. The thing is, when it comes to the, just drawing back just a little bit to the whole pansexual, transsexual, bisexual, whatever you want to call it. I wish it wasn't so touchy nowadays, because it's a great source for jokes and humor.
Yeah.
But not necessarily disrespectful.
No.
You know, but nowadays you talk like, fuck, man, someone's going to come, you're a heretic. Someone's going to want to burn you at the stake.
It's crazy.
Especially the social justice warriors and the whole, that whole deal. It's like you say one wrong thing.
You are, let's see, how do I put this? You are not free from offense. You can get offended, but there's no such thing as being free from offense.
Yeah, this is no offense-free zone.
Sorry, that doesn't exist. And if you want to live a life where I just never want to be offended, come on.
Yeah,
that's part of being human.
Yeah, you got to have your sensibilities offended from time to time. Fuck, that's a salt in the cookie.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck, I'm offended daily.
Yeah.
And just off stupid shit, like dumb drivers offend me. But you know what?
You
here's
could
the deal.
go off on drivers. We're at lunch, man. He is literally trying to hex people. Fucking,
man.
Fucking curse you.
No, it'd be perfect if, like I said, I wish the world was Call of Duty. I'd blow their car up. They'd wake up just fine. They wouldn't feel the pain from it, but they'd kind of go, oh, I realized I was an idiot.
And they'd have to go find a car.
Yeah. And I'm sure I've done some stupid shit on the road, too, where people are just like, what the fuck, you know? But here's the deal. I'm not going to... It doesn't ruin my existence, and I don't look at them and say, you have to drive better. I say, you should fucking drive better. But they don't have to. You don't have to. You want to keep driving like a fucking moron? Go for it. Drive
because eventually Darwin's going to take over.
Yeah.
Like that lady who was fucking tailgating the fuck out of that truck. I mean, she was like within a car length. It's like you deserve everything you're going to get.
Yep, exactly. But here's the deal. The second she gets into an accident, she's going to cry like a little fucking bitch. It has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with the personality of people who drive like that. They blame everybody else for the problem.
But I got a four-wheeler.
Yeah.
It's like, it's ice. Yeah. Ice doesn't give a fuck what you drive.
Well, it's just, it's your fault. And those are the people you probably have to go to small claims court to get your money from.
Well, or they're usually saying that to the school bus full of kids that they slammed into a ditch.
Yeah.
It was the bus driver's fault. No.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't have been on the road. Actually, if you wouldn't have been on the road, Sparky.
Yeah. If everybody in life, this is not just the road, but if everybody in life would just go through and think about it this way, stay out of everybody else's way. Just stay the fuck out
if everybody
of
could think
everybody else's way. If I'm in someone's way in the left lane, I move over to the right lane because guess what? I want to get out of their way. I want them to get to where they want to go in the fashion they want to go, and I want to get to where I want to go in the fashion I want to go. But no, not everybody lives that way. And just even like walking in the mall, have you noticed that like there's just people who just won't fucking move out of your way?
Oh, I know. Or they ride your ass.
Or like you're trying to move out of their way and they're just looking off into La La Land. It's just nobody is conscientious of everything around them. Like, here's the deal. This spot you're in, it's not yours.
You don't own it.
This area, it's not yours. So guess what? Get the fuck out of the way.
I think if people aren't going to be conscientious about stuff like that, I think we should be able to have random curses. No, I'm serious. I think you should be able to curse people to just stupid shit. And they're 24-hour curses.
Right? Like, you now stub your pinky toe one time today.
One time an hour.
Ooh.
Yeah, or I curse you to a fucking throbbing boner you could roof the house with. Every 4 hours.
That's oh my God. Just don't key them in on when it could happen. So now they can't really go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like also.
Well, no, but if it's more than 4 hours, you got to seek medical attention.
Oh,
see, I'm thinking.
Gotcha.
I'm conscientious as well. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about it. It's like there will be fallout from this.
That's right. Oh my God.
Or every time they hear a footstep, they orgasm.
I kind of want that curse.
And you hit them with it when they're in the middle of the mall.
No, I don't want that curse. It's just that would be the greatest.
Or you curse them with a word replacement thing, kind of like you do on the keyboard on the
yeah.
You know, instead of saying what's a word you would use a lot of.
I have a real world moment for this because you did this to me. It was whenever I typed in LOL, it said wee willy winky. So I'm typing in LOL, wee willy, what the fuck? So I erased it because I didn't know what was going on. and then I typed in LOL again, and then I realized JP had been fucking with my phone and keyboard replacement.
But I think that would be
still exists.
Great to curse people with just inane things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Like what's some words we use every day short of the connecting words? Like I.
Or offended.
No, I.
Yeah,
like I.
Mm-hmm.
Could we say I a lot? Replace that with little buckaroo. Little buckaroo's hungry. God damn it. That's how he has to talk for an hour.
That would be great.
Little buckaroo's going to go home. God damn.
It's so great because it's taking them trying to speak in first person and instantly making it third with a terrible name for
Little buckaroo.
Yes. That is so fucking great. One of the funnier replacement things was Zach Galifianakis on his special. He came up with a character that was this guy who came from the Middle East.
Oh.
And he came here and he got his 9s and his 7s mixed up. So he was opening a gas station called a 911. He just came up with that on the fly. I was like, oh my God, Zach. Oh my God. That's so bad, but funny.
Or like, you could always have a wife angry at her husband's mistress, and she'd curse her to be known as ha ha funny slut or something like that. But that's how she would refer to it. She'd replace her I with ha ha funny slut.
Oh God.
Ha ha funny slut wants to. Oh, no. Why am I saying this?
And
they don't know where it's coming from.
The great part about it is those people would probably try not to talk, which might be a good thing, right? Because the fact that you have the curse on you generally means you probably shouldn't talk for a little while anyway.
Maybe
it's like a mental time.
You know what? Maybe I have an idea.
Maple.
Maybe people have. Yeah, maple. Maybe people have curse tokens, right? And let's say that you get 5 curse tokens a month.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one. All right, everybody gets 5, right? Now, you could just use and just do little curses on people. Or you could fucking sling all 5 at someone and then they're cursed like that for a week.
Yeah. That would be great.
It's like, do you got any curse tokens? No, man. I done bucked this chick up the other day, man. She fucking cutting me off. So,
yeah. I like it.
So it's
too late.
For that week, she calls herself Little Miss I Can't Drive.
I like it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Because nobody really gets hurt.
No, that would loop. You'd send her into a fucking causal loop because Little Miss I Can't Drive. Well, and you place I with that, right? So now she says Little Miss I, but then when she gets to that I, does that replace 2? And the next thing you know, she's just...
it's recursive. You can't do that. Yeah. That's a constant. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a black hole.
Yeah.
There. Fuck, what have we done?
Little Miss. It's like, oh God.
Little Miss can't be wrong. No, I think that'd be good. Curses. It'd be...
Just breaks into song. Yeah.
Sorry, that's just the words took me there. Yeah. Little Miss. They were a fart in the wind, weren't they? A little flash in the pan, that band.
I don't even know the band name.
Because they had... their other song was Two Princes. If you want to send me flowers, just go ahead now. If you know Tiffany Flowers, just call Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Go ahead now.
Just go ahead. Two Princes is the name of the song.
Go Ahead Now song. It is Two Princes sung by Spin Doctors.
Spin Doctors, thank you. They had the big toques on, remember? From like Canadian toques and shit.
I don't remember that, but let's see. Oh, yeah. This fucking Spin Doctors. With Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, Two Princes.
Two Princes, those were the two big hits.
That's right.
And Little Miss Can't Be Wrong was all about their bitchy landlord in a house they used to own.
Oh, really?
Or rent from. Yeah, she was just a little shit, I guess, and they said that she was always like mean to him and kind of a dick.
Huh. Wow.
Just an observation.
I haven't heard that. God, that was a time.
That was a time.
That was a time.
It was the 90s.
Yeah. Early 90s. Yeah.
Yeah. That was right around the time when REM killed it for me. When I heard them live.
REM.
I heard them doing Losing My Religion live. And you can tell Michael Stipes was sick of fucking singing that song.
Really?
He sped it up and he just fucking ran right through it. It's like, no.
Yep. A lot of people were tired of Michael Stipe.
Well, it's just like, no, if you're tired of singing the song, you're sick of that shit, fucking quit. Mm-hmm. Get Ronnie James Dio to be... No, he's dead. Never mind. Can't get him.
Shit, he's been a hologram for a while on stage, where his backing band is actual Ronnie James Dio's band, which I don't know if it was members of Rainbow.
Serious?
and they had his hologram singing songs with them. No, they did that. They've done it more than once. Yeah,
That's an awesome gimmick.
it's cool.
I am surprised that they haven't done that with Prince yet.
I think it's coming for sure.
Come
They
on, now
have
you
so
got
much
to admit,
footage
man, once they start doing hologram shit, for concerts, fuck, I'd go to a hologram concert. We're going to a concert here in a few weeks.
It's a real concert without holograms, and it's a CD release party concert on June 1st.
They might have holograms.
And who are we seeing, John?
Ghost.
Ghost.
Going to see Ghost. Kind of excited.
If you haven't heard Ghost before, they are a band that plays really good, like rock from the 70s, 80s type of thing.
Yeah, it's
Not
rock and roll. I
covers,
mean, guitar solos.
Yes, lots of good guitar solos, and they're crazy, but they dress up like
They got some pretty cool
it's-
makeup.
They used to dress up as like a Satanist pope type of deal, and they're like ghouls behind them, and they're kind of the Kiss of this generation.
Yeah, they dress like ghosts, kind of, but then they their makeup is ghosty, but then they wear different costumes around it.
Yep. And he no longer dresses as a pope anymore. He's like that. His character's name is Cardinal Coppola. Yeah.
I like the silver masks. The other band members.
The
wear.
nameless ghouls.
Yeah,
that's what
fucking. I'm gonna get me one of those. I will have one.
I'm sure they sell them at the show.
Oh, they have them. I know they do have them like on eBay and Amazon and shit.
There you go.
I haven't bought one yet.
You
Because
get
let's be honest. What are we gonna do with the mask? But when we do,
you have lots of masks.
Well, when we have parties,
Metaphorically
a lot of that stuff,
speaking.
Metaphorically speaking.
Sorry.
When we have parties, though, a lot of that stuff comes out. The masks and the hats do come out.
You do break out you always break out the coat, like the piano coat with the tails.
Oh, the tails, the tuxedo tails. And you know what, though? By
a
the
random
time,
hat. It's been a while since I've seen you do that.
Yeah, it has been a while. But, when the coat and the Bermuda shorts come out and nothing else, and the hat with the dreads. Mm-hmm. Yep, we've taken this evening off the hook.
JP has officially reached a point of drinking where he's in the zone, we'll call it. Yeah.
Drinking.
Yeah. I've been to a few parties where I saw JP come out with that. I'm like, oh, yep, all right.
It's that time of day.
'Tis lit.
Yeah. Well, you got to have fun.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I remember one time, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I was, remember, this was the 80s.
Okay.
But we're getting high back in the back room. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do some mushrooms. Yeah, man. So ate some mushrooms, and but an hour later, all of a sudden, we're doing some shit, playing some fucking lawn darts probably, which is what you do when you're fucked up, in the 80s. And sitting there, all of a sudden, I was like, like, what the fuck? I literally had to excuse myself. I'm like, wow, I go upstairs. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I took mushrooms. I don't want to do mushrooms now. Too late. We're here.
You forgot you took them.
Yeah, we got so high. I forgot I took mushrooms. So that was a fun night. I mean, once I understood that. Oh, okay. It's like that Ferris wheel ride in the brain centrifuge that goes for like 14 hours.
That is so cool.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, we had to give some people something to do.
Yeah, because it's a long ride, and some of them would fall asleep, and then they'd miss the exit, and they're on for another 14 hours.
Do yourselves a favor and Google search Centrifuge Project.
Centrifuge Brain Project.
Brain Project. It was this really cool, I think it was like for school or something that he must have made it, but it was so well done.
Oh,
these failed amusement park rides.
I show kids the videos because they do have some where it's just the videos. And I tell them this was an amusement park I went to a long time ago. Like some of the nephews when they're really young and vulnerable in the brain. I tell them that, and they believe it.
You're that fucking crazy uncle, John.
Oh, I'm that uncle.
Why do you go? That's fucking gross, Jared from Subway.
No, because with my nieces and stuff, I was always fucking with them. Hello, love. There's a new boy on your arm. Is he being nice to you?
Oh, that's so creepy.
And they'd, Uncle John, well, that's creepy, Uncle John, to him. I want to sit on my lap, boy. I remember.
Oh my God.
What's his?
Help us.
Kimmy. She had, I think it was Kimmy. But she had a boyfriend, and I just said, hey, man, you don't break her heart, okay? Good to meet you. Look like a cool dude. Don't break her heart. I'll fucking kill you. And she goes, he will not. I said, no, I'm just fucking with you.
Did he look like, oh my God, what the fuck?
It didn't
Did
last.
He? Oh wait, oh you laughed. You started laughing.
No, it
at
didn't
him?
last. Every time we saw her, she had a different boy. So I don't think I scared him off, though.
You think she scared him off a little bit?
Kimmy's got a good boy right now. This guy she's got right now, it's like anti Kim. You know, it's not what you'd expect. You know, because she's. I mean, most guys we saw were nice guys. You know, but you know, if you're real douchey loos, you know, they're out there. This guy is like atypical for what you'd usually see her going after, and just the coolest dude in the world, man. I mean, they're really good, and I think they might be doing vows and shit at some point. No, they haven't said anything. I'm just thinking. I'm projecting. He's a good guy.
Ooh, all right. Did you give him the speech yet?
I didn't have to. I didn't have to. He knew. I mean, I knew right away that he's a good guy. That's what I'm saying. He's a good guy. He's squared. Like here's how cool he is. The uncle Dewey was going to be Santa at the family Christmas thing. I think they got there. We got to the thing, and Dewey's like, you know, I don't feel like doing it. And Kimmy's boyfriend, Caden, I think his name's Caden. I think. If I'm fucking your name up, it's only because I always do. But they asked him if he'd do it. And he said, yeah, sure. This was like the first time a lot of the family had met him. And he got up there, he did Santa Claus, kid sat on his lap and shit, and he was a team player. And just
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah, you get that. You can't buy those kind of points.
That's cool.
Like,
yeah.
you know how in Far Cry you can
Well
buy the
done.
silver bars for like $19?
He just got like 20,000 silver bars.
Yeah. He'll never buy another silver bar. Silver bar.
Silver. I like silver. Shel Silverstein. Talking about the
Sometime
machine.
I should play some stuff from Freaking at the Freaker's Ball.
Is that him? Shel Silverstein?
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy because he does a lot of these fucking songs about getting high, and Stacey Brown got 2. You've read that one, right?
No.
Because that's from Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Yeah, so I grew up, I remember looking at Shel Silverstein books. They were my favorite by far when I was probably in kindergarten or first grade. Like, they were reading those two, and I just remember the look of the cover was all white, with and the way he drew things and stuff.
Yeah, very stick figure Charlie Brownie without the color.
Yeah, and it was...
You remember
those were always...
Sarah, Cynthia, Sylvia Stout?
Yes. Yep.
Would not take the garbage out.
I remember.
Have you heard it?
Oh, shit. No.
With him?
No.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Freaking at the Freaker's Ball is awesome because it's just, the whole thing just sounds like a bunch of people got in a room, fucking started recording while they were fucking partying their asses off.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he just looked like a righteous dude because he was bald.
Yep.
He's all shaved head and stuff. He just kind of...
Except, yeah, he had the beard.
If I remember
The
right,
full
did
beard,
he
yeah.
have a beard?
Yeah, he had the full beard.
Oh, on that one?
That was his thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he recorded on that one. He had I Got Stoned and I Missed It. Stacey Brown Got 2, which is about Stacey Brown having 2 wieners. And I got Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout. He recorded that as well. And there's a couple other ones, but it was just it's a fucking awesome album.
That's
it's like
cool.
If a lot of the parents knew that, well, this little kid, you know, because they just revere him like a Dr. Seuss or a the guy who wrote Peanuts or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, this dude's a hardcore partier back in the day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He struck a vein with children, though, because it was... Everybody kind of gravitated toward that book.
Yeah, well, his
It was
books
weird.
were like, you had The Giving Tree, Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Yes.
The
Giving
other
Tree.
books.
The Giving Tree was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his stuff was gritty, but good gritty, you know, and it was fun, you know, and yeah, some of a lot of it was Warner Brothers type poetry, or, you know, where it's like it's fucking low to the double entendres, you know.
Yep, exactly.
But
no, but it was, I don't know, I liked it. I'll never forget just the feel of the book and the look of it, and yeah, reading through all that stuff. The one where the kid was giving the machine. He built this elaborate machine to do his homework for him, and he put the page in. It was this big elaborate machine, and inside is a baby doing his homework, and he gets it back, and he's wondering why the machine doesn't work. It just keeps spitting out shitty homework, and it's because there was a kid,
a baby.
fucking tiny baby in there doing it. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, Shel Silverstein was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's doing dishes.
Yeah, we should wrap this up.
We should wrap this up.
We were at a point of rappage.
Yeah, this is rap time.
Yeah.
What? Nate Throne, no homo, haha.
Soft.
Oh, I thought you were saying...
That was from a while ago.
No, I thought you were saying haha Sophie. I'm like, I don't see any Sophies. Unless Nate has a closet personality. Sophie.
We'll have to ask him or
Actually,
her.
I hope not, Nate. I don't think Nate would be a pretty girl.
Damn.
He's not an ugly boy. I just don't think he'd be a pretty girl.
It's not nice.
Hey,
Nate, I think you'd be a pretty girl. Don't worry about it.
If he dresses, we'll dress him up as a girl and bring him on the show.
Oh, okay.
We'll see if
Right.
he can make a pretty girl.
We might want to ask him before
we should
that.
probably ask Nate if he wants to be a pretty girl.
Okay. You got to think of our sponsor tonight. Go for it.
Wheeling Industries.
What do they do?
They turn things into wheels. They'll take anything you want. I mean, they'll even take like the ashes from your dead uncle and turn those ashes into a wheel with an acrylic process they have that's high impact. And
Hold on. Why would you want random things turned into a wheel?
I don't know. That's not my company.
What the fuck? This is the worst business proposition. Like the wheeling company.
But that's what they call it. It's the wheeling process.
Okay.
You know, so I obviously, you know, it's the Robert Wheeling, the owner. You know, he thought that because his name is Wheeling, so he should make wheels, and he would call the act of making wheels wheeling. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's, you know, he hasn't been up for tax evasion yet, so I guess that's okay.
Right on. Wheeling Company, thank you for being our sponsor.
Thanks, Wheeling Industries.
Sorry, I don't understand your vision.
A subsidiary of Pietrich Industries.
Look at, they're taking over right now.
Oh, fucking jeans and meat, man.
I mean,
jeans and meat.
Jeans and meat.
That's what they should have. Pietrich Industries, jeans and meat, man.
Yeah.
Jeans and meat.
Jeans and meat. Yep. Oh, God.
I got to get one of the guys to do a logo for us for Pietrich
That would
Industries.
be great. Jeans and meat.
Jeans and meat, man. Jeans and meat.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Right. Next week, we'll try to do better.
Yes. Well, one of us will.
Yeah.
You get to decide. No, you just got to try and figure out which one's doing better.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. He did better this time. I'm going to do better next time. Just be better than you were a moment ago.
You got it. That is the best advice. Be in the moment and be better than you were a moment ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick on our overlay, and we're going to go back to our coffee shop.
We love
John
you.
is going to sing you out. Here we go.
I am? Oh,
ladies
okay.
and gentlemen.
I'm just a gigolo. Everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. Ooh. Pay for every dance, selling each romance. Ooh, what will they say? There will come a day when youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know I was just a gigolo. Life goes on without me.